All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who were well. Peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Aharan coming back at you with another lesson, low willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and today is July 12th, 2022. All right, the year where Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai turns up. Okay, and as you see, the title goes, that what? There will be no food and millions will die by year's end. Okay, and I have this precept here because we're gonna go once again, all right, into the videos that Southern Prepper, all right, Southern Prepper 1, all right, he's been going into, all right, and you're starting to see, okay, and we've been following this, all right, for some time now, but we're starting to see things take a turn for the worst, okay, and I'll give an example. Today, or was it yesterday, I went to the grocery store, right, as I'm shopping, all right, a customer was asking, he was like, yo, do they have 2 pounds of meat? You know, I go into the meat aisle and the meat that he's looking for, they didn't have it, right? So I asked the butcher, you know, I said, hey, you guys have this, whatever the guy was asking for. And he said, nah, that's going to be hard to come by, man. We haven't had that in a long time, you know, and just by his voice alone, I already knew what time it was, you know? So I kept on shopping, and from store to store, every store that I go to, I'm starting to see that there's a lot more space. You know, it's getting more spacious. All right, the aisles are getting bigger. Okay, there's certain items that is blank, like you know the shelves are empty. All right, so what they're doing is they're starting to push things to the front of the aisle. All right, the front of the shelves, and then the back of it is empty. Or sometimes they push the product all the way to the back. So you know, at a first glance, you might think, oh, they don't have it. Unless, you know, you look down all the way in the corner, and then you might see one or two of those items that's left, you know, on the shelf. Okay. I'm starting to see a lot more people shopping, but it's more like in a desperate manner. You know what I'm saying? People are starting to pick up on the fact that the food supply is not going to keep on, you know, coming on. You know, they know that, you know, these trucks are not going to be delivering to their regular grocery stores, you know, and they're starting to see, you know, they're not listening to mainstream media because mainstream media is not even telling you what's going on. You see what I'm saying? But people are starting to see and actually not just see it, but they're actually feeling it. Okay. So it's not even about, you know, just, oh, I'm hearing it or I'm seeing it, but now people are actually living it. They're actually going through it, you know. But, you know, going back to the guy, you know, he said that, oh, he needs 2 pounds of meat because he has to feed a mouth. He said he has to feed 5 mouths. So I'm guessing he's a family of five. Okay. And when I heard that, I'm like, damn, like I feel bad for you, bro, because you spending damn near $300, $400, all right, on groceries for five different people. And how much is that going to last? You know what I'm saying? How much is that going to last for, like, what, a week and a half? And then you got to come back and do this all over again. All right. So you know, I feel bad for this guy, man. But hey, this is the reality. Okay, this is the reality, and we've been talking about this for years. All right, and now people are starting to feel it, man. The everyday American is not happy. All right, the everyday American is not listening to the so-called mainstream media. All right, they're not listening to these stupid little White House briefings. All right, they keep talking about, oh, Americans are in a great place and all that. They're not hearing that. Okay, because it's not just them. Yo, they might speak to a family member, and their situation is worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's really getting bad out here. Okay. And we're just halfway through the year. Okay. So now you're starting to feel the effects of what's going to potentially happen for the next, you know, 3 to 6 months. Okay. And it's going to only escalate because all these plant factories, all right, these animals that are being killed off, all right, now they're gonna start targeting the gas supply. Okay, they're going after the food, so people are going to start feeling the effects of that, and now they're about to start going into the gas attack. Okay, so it's not going to be, oh, gas prices are so high. No, it's going to be gas shortages. All right, you notice, you know, for brothers and sisters who drive, You notice lately the gas price has kind of like been kept, 470. Some places you get it 480 and so on and so forth. But that's all to keep you, all right, or to keep the people at a certain level of calm. Because when the time comes and they strike, it's going to just pick up. One day you're just going to go to the gas station and you're going to be paying $5 and it's not going back down to 4. Okay, it's just going to happen, panic all of a sudden, just like that. Okay, so we already know what time it is, man, and a lot of people are going to die by the year's end. Not just because of the Vanessa jump shot, but just because of the famines alone. Okay, just because of famines alone. So I'm going to start off with this precept here. All right, this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 18. It says, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings." All right, we're in that time. All right, a lot of families are struggling. That is a form of sorrows and great mournings. Okay, because they feel hopeless. All right, they feel helpless. All right, hopeless, and they know that things are only just going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay, I was reading today earlier that America is about to start. They're going to send, I believe, 1 point something million or $1 billion over to Ukraine as aid. Okay, so people are sitting there like, yo, we need the help, but you stay sending shit to Ukraine. Like, we don't even know what the hell is going on over there in the Ukraine, man. All right. So people just gonna get fed up with that shit. Now your so-called president is not giving you no speeches about what he's doing to alleviate this stress. All you keep hearing is, oh, we're sending aid to Ukraine. Oh, the American people are in the best place they've ever been. Families are doing great. That's going to lead to uprisings, man. Okay, that's automatically going to lead to uprisings. So we're seeing, all right, the build up to it, all right, and it's getting worse every single day. Okay, getting worse every single day. You got people who are getting laid off. You got jobs that are cutting, all right, hours for people. You know what I'm saying? It's you apply to a job, all right, and you're gonna wait. You don't get no call back. Okay, families are struggling. All right, the American families are struggling, man, and this is what the Lord said He's going to do to you Americans, man, you Babylonians. All right, these are all signs of the end. Okay, it says the beginning of famine and great death. That's why the title is Millions Will Die. Okay, millions of Americans will die by the end of this year. All right, it says the beginning of wars, and you're starting to hear, all right, especially the Third World War. Okay, what was it? Henry Kissinger said that we could potentially be at war against Russia by August of this year. Okay, so just that alone, remember, it's not going to go nuclear right away because the MOTB is still not mandated yet. Okay, but that's the next step they got to take because things have to move quickly. Okay, things have to move quickly, so things are gonna get, they send in troops. Was it over 300,000 troops or 30,000 troops out there to the Russia Ukraine border? Okay, by NATO. So that's boots on the ground. Okay, that's a form of World War III starting, and then ultimately it's going to boil over and then become nuclear. Okay, some way somehow we know what the prophecies say. All right, you got Russia already you know bonding with Iran. You know what that's gonna do? That's gonna cause Israel to get involved, and once that happens, it's game on. Okay, so we already know we're at the end, man. We ain't got much left. All right, but just know that this year is going to be very, 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 very painful. All right, on all fronts. Okay, the supermarkets are getting emptier, man. I'm telling you, I go through there all day, every day, and I'm like, yo, this is actually happening. You know what I'm saying? It says, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. Okay? What shall I do when these evils shall come? And we know Yahweh Shem Yahushai is always going to protect the elect. So we're going to be good. Okay? You just got to keep your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and you're going to be good. But remember, the beginning of evils. Okay? You're starting to see a lot of people get easily agitated. A lot of fights, a lot of road rage, all kinds of shit that's happening. You hear the news. You got I seen a video that a brother posted, all right, of this guy who got clocked in the back of his head because he was trying to do Captain Saberho. You know what I'm saying? He's seen a chick on the platform in New York City, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's getting aggressive, talking aggressively." So he's going in there to try to defend her, and he got his shit rocked. Okay, you're gonna start seeing more of that. Women gonna get their shit rocked. Kids gonna get their shit rocked. All right, old people, everybody gonna get that work, man. Okay, because of the evils of this earth. You people, all right. Yahushua talks about what the beginning of sorrows. Okay, we're in a time of what? The time of the beginning of intolerable, all right, intolerable pain and anguish. Okay, so get geared for that. All right, get geared for that, man. All right, we in those times. Okay, but we're gonna go right back into uh boots on the ground. All right, July 12th, everything is more expensive. Okay, and July 12th, the halfway point of the year. Okay, summertime. So we already know what time it is, man. All right. So let's listen to this.
Hey, YouTube, this is Prepper One. Boots on the ground for today. I did a sort of a combination of many weeks of reports just to summarize it for you. And a lot of people had objections to when I say famine. What I am seeing and taking into account is the boots on the ground report, not every piece of news out there. So we're looking at what me and you see and do every day. When I'm talking famine to me is a lack of food, no food. I'm only looking out for the next harvest. I have no idea what's that going to be. Some people say the Bible talks about famine. I understand that. I am not as worried about this harvest compared to the next harvest. Yes, this harvest is going to be bad. I will give you that. That's why for many, many times in my videos, I said your food is going to cost you 2 or 3 times higher. We as an American are going to be able to find food. It might not be, like I said, the selection might not be there, the quality might not be there, and you might have to change things. But a famine, go over to third world country, go to where a real famine is, and I've seen it. A famine, starvation, nothing growing. That's a famine. What we're going to experience.
That's exactly what's going to happen here in America. You see, the Lord, this is all being done by design. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is setting everything up so that when the time comes, you are at the mercy, okay, of these Edomites. I remember the Lord is doing all this to lead to the MOTV. Okay, Bill Gates is purchasing all these land, all these acres of land. What the hell do you think that's all about? So when you have the regular farmer who's producing all these crops that people are used to getting, they're not there no more. Okay, now everything is in the hands of the niggas behind this new technology that they're trying to create, which is the MOTV. And we know that it's going to happen by way of what? Forcing people to submit. And what's niggas like Henry Kissinger, that's what they're saying. You control the food, you control the people. Okay, so we've seen all these things happening, food plants getting burnt up and land and all these farmers are, giving up and all these different things that's happening. All the power for control of food is shifting, all right, to these so-called elites. And they're the ones telling you that, yeah, there's going to be famines and all these different things. And they've said it. Through the famines, we're going to bring about this new technology. And if you don't take this technology, you cannot buy or sell. What is the main thing people are going to want to buy and sell? Food. Okay, it's going to start with the food. That's how they're going to bring the system about. Okay, so if you don't have that digital, the digital form of payment, okay, implanted in you, you will be starved out. Okay, you will be starved out, man. That's the new system. So we're seeing them breaking this system so they can set up the new one. All these things that's happening. Remember, the next 3 to 6 months, it will be much more clear, all right, of what the plan is. And those who say, oh, there's a conspiracy theory, all this stuff, there's documentation on it. You're feeling the heat. Is this still a conspiracy theory? When we were telling you this is going to happen 2 years ago, now people are feeling the heat. Now they don't know what to do.
To be food shortages. And for the United States, we're going to look at that as, oh, no, that is a famine. No, we're not going to be able to get what we want every time we go to the store, or we're going to have to substitute a different food for that item. That's what we're going to face on this go around. And I'm taking this off of reports. I have terrible reports, situations, drought. It's all over the United States. But I'm also getting good reports that, hey, we're not getting as much wheat, but we're getting a good quality wheat, or we're getting bad quality wheat, but tons of it. It just depends where you live in the United States. So we will have some food available to us. We ship, look it up. We export tons of food, more than we should. We send it overseas. Now, if the United States government wants to cause a food crisis, they can do that. I'm looking at just inputs going into the system. If the U.S. government wants to throw a monkey wrench into the system, it can do that. But I truly believe we will pay lots and lots more for it, but we will be able to keep our bellies full at the next harvest. I'm only looking out one harvest. I'm not looking at the spiritual or the biblical information that says, yes, it's going to be massive famines.
And the reason why he's saying that is because the spiritual and the biblical is way more painful to think about. So even the modern day Christians, they don't even want to think about that. But that's what you should be thinking about. So you're better prepared because it's going to happen. It's going to be worse than you actually anticipate. So I don't see why, they're trying to downplay like, oh, I'm not looking at it like that. That what you mean? That's the very thing that's happening. That's what's coming. So you could look at it with the logistical and the whatever shit, the inputs and the technology, whatever. Listen, bro, the famines that's coming, the Lord said people will die because of famine. Okay? That's going to bring mass death. That's going to bring a lot of distress. That's going to bring a lot of people to the point where they're going to be like, enough is enough. I'm taking your life because I need to keep my life going. This famine that's going on is going to lead to so many different things, side effects. You're going to start seeing cannibalism. Okay? So people got to get ready. America's about to turn upside down. Okay? Upside down, man. And it's caused by your own very government. You don't see how your president is moving? He seems like he doesn't care because he doesn't. All right. Your White House briefings, when they talk to you, what do you think they're saying to you? Americans are in a good position. That's exactly where they want you to be, in a so-called good position. And those who believe it, fine. But see, we're here to tell you what the Lord is about to do to this place and around the world. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't really change what's going to happen. But you just better prepare because you're running out of time, man. All right.
Not what I'm looking at. This is boots on the ground as it's happening, not a projection of things that are going to come. So a lot of people are taken back at that. So only time will tell if we're going to. I've been doing prepping for a long time, and I've had people, for 20, 30 years predicting famines in the United States. We haven't had one yet. So we need to do a balanced approach. Yes, if the government wants to starve us out like many people have done it in the past, many countries starve out a minority, they can do that. But this is boots on the ground reporting. So let's get right into it. A local restaurant published on their Facebook page, and this is not my local restaurant, it's someone else. They said fryer oil used to be $12 a year ago. Now it's $35 6 months ago, and currently it is $50, what they paid $12. Chicken wings 12 months ago were $45 a case. Now it is $175. Takeout boxes 12 months ago cost them $25, I guess, for a case. Now they're $95. And they also said this is the same for all of our cleaning paper and food we use. Loan Depot, they do real estate mortgages. They cut, so far this year, 2,800 people, and they're going to cut at least 2,000 more for this year. Layoffs are starting. These people make data centers like servers and equipment. They're a big, big company. They are backed up with orders, and they have an 18-plus month wait on their equipment. So there's definitely some supply chain issues affecting them. This person, PVC sewer pipe, 4-inch, April, 10-foot stick, $11.67. Now $21.76. So that's close to 100% inflation on that product. The pork processing plant where my wife worked has cut the kill floor hours down to 7 hours per day. They were normally at 8 hours with overtime. So now it's cut to 7 hours. This Saturday, they has not been determined if they will be working. So if they cut Saturday out, there'll be a further decrease in pork being killed and then sent through the processing plant. Florida. This is a mid-level supervisor in a large manufacturing company. The main product that they make is for commercial power sector, so for the grid. They had an upcoming project delayed, and further projects that were further out in different quarters coming up have been pulled off. So some major shrinkaging of projects mean less work and less jobs. Tractor Supply outside of Shaw Air Force Base in South Carolina, just about out of chicken feed. Do they not know when they will get more? This person went to the bank, and they tried to withdraw $5,000, but the bank said they did not have it, have to order it and pick up a week later. Also, higher education. Universities now are not really looking at your ACT or SAT results as a condition of acceptance. They're really taking anyone, regardless of the merit or your ability. So they're trying to increase enrollment. Increasing enrollment gives them more money because students most of them have to get federal loans or student grants. So the school's going to get paid, but the poor student might not be able to hack it doing the job of being in that university. The person also...
and we all know universities has always been a scam, all right? So In this time period, man, if you still sitting there thinking about, oh, I'm about to go to college and do all this, look, your life is in danger. You might want to start fending for yourself. Okay, forget about all this college shit. Remember, America's at the end. This is it. All right, it ain't gonna be no, well, things are gonna bounce back, and stop listening to that shit. Okay, start getting ready. Okay, because guess what? All this stuff that's happening, this is you getting ready for a siege. Why do you think you have all these governors, especially out here in New York? You got this governor still pushing this whole mad gun control and gun violence and all. Nobody cares about that. Here it is. You got New York City. You got police force that just retiring and leaving the force. Don't you think crime rates are gonna go higher? And if crime rates are going higher and the so-called system that's supposed to stop or mitigate the crime is not there or in place, what do you think is going to happen? Wouldn't you be saying that in a right-minded society, wouldn't the ideal plan will be that, yo, everybody get armed because we're not going to be there to stop the crime. If you out there, you get caught out there, you have to defend yourself. But no, they're telling you we need to do away with the guns and all this stuff. The government is about to get you people. They're setting all this up. Okay, you could call it conspiracy all you want. They are the ones behind all this shit. Okay, and very soon, look, you wait. So-called Thanksgiving this year, you're gonna see some shit. When they turn off all the lights, and you in your house with your family and all this extra shit after you've been through whatever they about to put people through with this whole MP and CV variants and all this BS, they're about to wear people out. Vanessa talk is already, being in the news, cases rising and all this. The fall is going to be very, very painful. And the military is getting ready. Okay, they're getting ready. This time around, this whole Vanessa shit, they might use the military to come and administer it. They're gonna be going house to house, door to door. Okay, so get ready for some pain. Pain. All right.
At the deli at 3 different supermarkets, and this is in Kentucky, near me, do not have chicken or turkey to sell. Sign claim avian flu is the reason. This person is in Oklahoma. They went to the ATM to get the cash out. Normally, they can take a $500 minimum or maximum. Today, they went, and the maximum has been changed for them to $400.
You hear that? Get ready. It's going to be $50. And then less than that. You're going to have bank runs. Okay? The banks don't have the money that you coming in there for. Okay? Everybody's coming in there to pull their money all at the same time. Look, this is what the scripture says is going to happen. Men are going to be attacking each other for what? For lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? So this precept right here, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, we in them times. Okay? Famine and great death, we are in those times. And this is global. You got different countries, Sri Lanka, you name them, Turkey, whatever. Out there, even in Ghana. Okay, you got people are protesting, and let's not even use the word protest, rioting. Okay, you got the government using their police and their military against the people to instill order. It's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse, because ultimately their goal is what? Ordo ab chaos. Okay, break down the system using the mob, the so-called democracy, mob rule, use the people to destroy everything that is now, and then bring in that order to stop the madness and then change everything as it is. That's what's coming. And what's the best way to do it? When people don't got food and they're not willing to keep fighting you, what you gonna do? It's an easy takeover. So this is all being done by design to set up a siege. That's what's coming. Okay? You got the Supreme Court, and I did this video about a month ago. The Supreme Court just ruled that anyone who's in 100-mile radius of the border, okay, basically they could come in and take you out your house, and the Fourth Amendment does not count. All right, oh, you need a warrant to come into my no. They're coming in, and on the FEMA executive orders, in the time of a national emergency, all them constitutions are null and void. They're coming in hot. And when you read the FEMA executive orders, they're doing away. They're gonna have control of your transportation, all right, control of your food. They're gonna come into your house and take everything you have. So you got people, I'm stocking up, I'm doing this. If you don't have your faith in Yahweh Shemi Shai, you're going to be effed up. Okay, they're gonna come in there, take your food, all right, arrest people. Okay, they're criminalizing people just by your ideologies alone. The DHS is out here talking about that. And on the list of the red and blue list and all these different things, look, they got over 90% of Americans, and it's going to only increase. Okay? 90% of Americans who fall under the umbrella of domestic terrorists. They're talking about depopulation. This is reality, man. Okay? And when the food shortages really take effect and there ain't no replenishments on the shelves, then they're going to come in and start saying what they got to say. Now, at that point, anyone who bucks up, they give you that MOTB. If you don't take it, you're going to be facing some time. Okay? This is what's coming. All right? We at the end, so everything is going to move very, very fast. All right? You see how the days are moving. So you don't got the time that people think they have. This is it. All right? Every day that you live is the best it will be, because the next day it'll get worse and worse and worse. All right? Like the Lord said, and all the prophets of old have said, and we have been saying for years, all right, we are in the time of sorrow and pain and suffering. Again, it's all prophecy, biblical prophecy, whether you believe it or not. And it's all being done because look at what happened the past month in June. You saw all the madness that happened. What do you think that's all about? The Lord is justifying all these things that happened because he's about to put punishment on this earth. Pain, okay, like never before. We in them times, man. Martial law is going to be declared very soon because people are going to start bugging out. Okay? Bugging the hell out, man. All right?
This is Alabama. My nephew was taken by ambulance due to vomiting blood and passing out. The local hospital transferred him to a larger hospital. He went to the emergency room there. They ran tests and discovered several bleeding ulcers. After a procedure, he was admitted to the hospital, but he spent the next 2 days in the hallway of the emergency room. No beds available due to lack of nurses, so floors are closed. He was told by the doctor to have a follow-up endoscope to make sure he was healing. The first appointment he could get would be the first of the year.
Oh my God. He's going to be dead at that time. Well, look here, he's done. It's over. Hey, just get the casket, get everything ready. It's over for this nigga. All right? But again, look, we keep watching this guy and everything he's bringing out, man. This is all biblical prophecy. Okay? You could imagine, just imagine everything we've said. Things are about to get really bad. Hey, death? Hey, man, we get a quick precept here. All right. This is exciting times, man, because we try to warn you, or we did warn, not try, we did. All right. And the warning is still going out. You still have time to repent. But once the Lord gets the men off the streets, Amos 8:11, all right, these devils are about to shut down the whole internet because the next move of the MOTB, they don't want anyone knowing what it is. Okay, they're presenting it like it's something that's beneficial. It's a beautiful new technological innovation, and if you have it, then you're on the up, you're on the up and up. You're part of the cool society and all this shit. But the reality is, anyone who takes that MOTB, you're gonna be destroyed. But you see, it's gonna be easier for people to take. That's why it's called the hour of temptation, because when there's no food, you're easier to break. All right, you don't really have that willpower to stand and fight and go back and forth. This is all being done by design. Okay, they got to get you at a very weak point. All right, and this is all being done by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. There's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 14, verse 12. It says, "The word of the Lord Yahweh came again to me, saying, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously," and that's all Americans do. Most Americans, all right, who don't know the truth or live in the truth or by the truth, all they do is some wicked ass, willful shit. Whether it's what you eat, whether it's what you believe in, what you worship, how you live your life, is all contrary to the Bible. And anyone, point blank period, anyone who does not live according to the true ways of the Bible, you will die. Okay? Only the elect are going to be delivered. You got so-called IUIC out there, blitzing the so-called churches and shit. They, through the spirit, I'm watching this. I was watching the Elder Apostle Charles video, and the first thing that came to my mind was, these guys are doing this for money. They see the churches going down. They see people leaving the churches in droves. So their idea is, if we blitz these niggas, as many people as we can get to come to so-called IUIC, ain't that money that they're gonna be making? You're paying tithes, you're buying this clothing, you're doing this, what you wear shows what you believe in, and all this BS. This is their tactic to make money. They got the salesman tactic. Like, Why are you trying so hard to push this on somebody? If they don't want to get it, you keep it moving, as the scriptures say. But it's like you got the salesman that like, oh, I don't want it. Nah, bro, you gotta stop and listen, yo. That's that money making tactic. They want to sell you something. Okay, so that through the spirit, that's what I got from it. It's like, nah, these guys are doing this for money, because the more people they can so-called convert to so-called IUIC, and they're gonna be paying money. So it's about money. Okay, that's what it's all about. It ain't about trying to teach them the truth, because they're going against the scriptures. Okay. So let's go back. Ezekiel 14, verse 13 says, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out mine hand upon it. So all these things that's happening is being done by God, the Most High God himself, Yahweh himself, through his son Yahushua. Okay? It says, and will break the staff of the bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it. Okay? That's why you see all these animals being clipped. It's the Lord who gave that command for them to do that. Okay? And very soon, all these, animals, you got deer and all this wildlife that's going on, Esau is going to find a way to kill them animals too, because he want to make sure that nobody has an escape route. If you want food, you got to go to so-called Bill Gates. And if you want to get that food, guess what? You got to show some type of identification. Okay? All right, so hey man, this is it. All right, you on your last legs. It's over.
Sort of scary. Kentucky. This person is in management of a famous taco place, a fast food taco place. You can figure that one out. They're very busy, still busy. They get about 900 transactions a day at their store. But they said people are surprised when they get the total of their bill. So people are definitely seeing, oh, wow. And some people are actually removing items from their order to bring the price down. Sales are up about 18% from last year. They are waiting on a digital menu board and no ETA, just like everything else, electronics, short. So they have to change it manually the old way. And they said this is tedious, and they have to do a lot because they increase their prices on their products. So they have to change the boards every time they do that. I think this is interesting. Drink cups used to be, their average one was 20 ounces. They now have gone to 19 ounces. So they stole 1 ounce of drink from you. This person got some oranges and some sweet peppers from the produce place in Dover, Delaware. Rotten within 48 hours. I am getting so much of produce, barely making it home. A day or two later, it is totally junk. If you buy produce, you almost need to eat it that day. If not, you take a huge risk in not being able to eat it.
That's true. All right. I was buying some carrots today, and you got the carrots look like it's already moldy in the bag, because the stores are putting out everything they have in the back. The shit that's in the freezer, the shit that's in the fridge, they're just putting everything out now. And it's been there for weeks. Even with preservatives, it's still going bad. So you can imagine how long these things have been there. Okay? And people are buying these things and actually eating it. So that's also going to cause what? Diseases. Okay? Because the food is all messed up. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. Hey, it's beautiful, but at the same time, it's scary. Okay? It's scary. If you're not on the side of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you are in for some pain. All right. So you better get ready. Your government is not going to help you. All right. Woe to you that run to Egypt for help. You're not going to get help. Okay. There's a book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 13. It says, For I will punish them that dwell in the land of Egypt. And that Egypt is talking about America. Okay. America is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Okay. It says, As I have punished Jerusalem by the sword, by the famine, and by the pestilence. Okay, so you get ready for not just the famine that we're talking about that everybody's feeling. Okay, inflation is going to get worse. Okay, but the sword, the government is going to come against you. The regular American is going to look at his next door neighbor as a threat and a target. Okay, if they see any type of any openings, they're going to take it, because what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, and what? By the pestilence. Did not Yahushua talk about that? So we are in those times of those end time prophecies. So we don't got much time left here. The last prophecy is the what? The MOTB. And this is all leading to that. Okay? Let's keep going.
This is interesting. We have now finished our training on a new system of micro fulfillment of prescriptions. So if you present a prescription and you need it right away, the same day, you will drop it off at one Walmart one Walgreens location and pick it up at another designated Walgreens. Otherwise, your prescription will be sent away to be filled, and you will be picking up at the next day or day after that. And this is going to start in August of this year. I got another email similar to this. They didn't say the company. So it sounds like maybe their local Walgreens are not having enough the techs that help the pharmacists fill everything. So they might be sending everything to a central location and then shooting your prescription back to you. I find that interesting. I would love to verify this more, but I guess we will really know if it's true coming August if we hear more about this at pharmacy. So keep your eye.
So now you see it, right? Pestilences. Yay. Hey, today I was delivering something, and there was this lady, on the app. She said, she's fully Vanessa. She gonna wear her mask. The good old stupid American, right? And the moment I got there, she was a nice lady, relatively, calm and in good spirits. But then her physical appearance, man, the moment I got there, I said, I'm not even gonna get close to this lady. I'm gonna just put the bag right there. Okay? Her foot is swollen, looking all messed up. Her fingers looking all red. I'm like, yo, you are really sick. You in a desperate, situation where you need help, But they've drunk of this Babylon juice so much that they actually think that their bad state that they're in is actually good. And you're going to start seeing a lot more of that. Okay? Your family members, friends, you're going to start seeing those who took the thing, the side effects. Yo, it's worse than we actually think. Okay? The grievous sores. I mean, people are dying from inside out and they don't even know. All right? In the past 2 years, you're starting to see, all right, the effects, and it's showing on the outward. Okay? Whatever is inside is showing on the outward, man. So, hey, when you're around people, just be careful. Okay, just mind your surroundings and so on and so forth, man. Don't let these people get too close to you. All right, no handshakes, no fist bumps, none of that shit. I see you, I'll be like, what's up, man? Give you a nod and that's it, keep moving. Because you don't know what people got. You know what I'm saying? You watching, wherever you at, pay attention because the times are evil, man. All right, the times are evil and it's only gonna get worse. All right, people getting shot left and right. People pulling guns, knives. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But we gonna see more.
Here's open for this. This is Sam's Club, Northern Colorado. Zero powdered baby formula, no eggs, low frozen goods, canned chicken, nearly $20 for 6 cans. 8-pack of Spam for over $21. Bread is sparse. Good news, sugar and flour is still plentiful. A lot of paper towels and bottled water. And the best thing about this, big screen TVs bursting from the shelves. If you need a TV, time to buy it. This person teaches at a community college in Illinois. Enrollment is plummeting, down about 12% each year since COVID started. So we're down about 38%, getting to this point of being unsustainable. So maybe community colleges will have to shut down or really cut back on their offering of classes. Their husband teaches at a 4-year college. They definitely have lower enrollment, but not as bad as the community college. Side note, they included undocumented student enrollment has increased by 220% in the past year. 220% in the past year. And I'm going to add, who is paying for this? Let's go over to Verizon. $6 per month increase in her bill or their bill. They called the company and basically they got this statement: because the cost of everything is going up.
That's it. Because the cost of everything is going up. So you just got to deal with it. You're going to get that everywhere. Oh, man. Woo, woo. Man, this is beautiful times. Beautiful times. All right. Get this another precept here. All right. We told you the Bible don't lie. If you don't believe it, that's on you. Okay. At this point, ain't no sympathy. Ain't no I feel bad. No. You've had the time to repent. You've had the time. You've heard what we're saying. And for the most part, a lot of people came against what we're saying. Whether it's because they don't want to hear it or whatever. We don't care. Okay. At this point, nobody feels bad for anyone. All right. Because if you're going to call the word of the Most High conspiracy theory, that's on you. Okay. Now it's between you and the Most High, and you already know what time it is. Okay. Because we're reading what time it is. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 19. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Yeah. Ain't nobody going to feel bad for you. Right. Desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Okay. So when these things are happening, nobody will feel bad for you because it's every man for himself. Okay? Every man for himself. How you look as a woman being pretty is not going to stop the treachery that will happen to you. Okay, as a matter of fact, it will attract more pain. Okay, you being a child, a baby little kid. Listen, you don't see what the government is doing, all these so-called abortions and all that. All right. So look, man, it's evils all across the board. We in those times. Okay, man. Mm-hmm. There's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, all right, in verse 22. It says, Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, all right, the Most High Yahweh Tazabar, which is what? Lord of armies, Lord of hosts, right? Behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, their sons and their daughters shall die by famine. Okay, once again, famine is being highlighted for the most part because we're in those times of the famine, and we're reading the end result of those famines. Just to let you know, it's not going to get better. Okay, so if you have your faith in some form of help that's going to come out of nowhere, you're not going to get that. So just prepare. Okay, embrace yourself for what's coming. All right, embrace yourself for what's coming. Okay.
This is Florida. This is any new commercial security system badge reader. So a badge reader for security system. They ordered it in February, estimated delivery in December. I hope they get it in December. A Canon color copier, they need that. Their ETA on this is 8 months out. They also said Costco in Jacksonville, Florida. They went twice last week and no eggs at both times. This person, as we drove up from Vegas via the California Central Valley, I did see a lot of farms with produce. I could see trucks hauling away, harvesting garlic, harvesting onions. So there is harvesting being done out there. The drought, though, is killing farmers.
Well, the drought, and also remember, they got the dew. Okay, all Esau gotta do is set that shit up on fire, and it's over with. Okay, you're gonna start seeing, and this year, mark my words, through the spirit, the so-called natural disasters that's gonna be happening. We know these devils got cloud seeding and all this manipulation of the weather. They're gonna put a whole hell. You go down to the south, Louisiana, and all these places. Hurricane season this year is going to be drastically insane. You're on the East Coast, all right. A few years ago, all right, I believe it was 2012 or 2011. You had Hurricane Sandy, and people on Long Island and all these different. Expect more. I had a dream about that a couple of days ago, and I was telling my Eve about it. All right, a lot of people they got cooked. All right, in the dream, the whole island, East Coast, it was looking crazy. New York City, all right, it was just like a city in water, like flood. All right, dead people on top of dead people, just on floating, just dead. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? But this year, the natural disasters, the hurricanes, and all that is going to be super intensified, man. You're going to have state emergencies, national emergencies. Okay, FEMA is going to get involved. All right, people are going to be sent to sea camps. Okay, it's going to be bad, man. It's going to be really, really bad. So get ready. The storms, all right? Yo, it's about to get real crazy out here, man. On all fronts. On all fronts. Okay? Mm-hmm.
Next person said veterinarian shortage in Minnesota. A lot of clinics will not take new pets. The wait time for an appointment is over a month, and this is a statewide problem. Mm. This is some good information. If people want to monitor medication shortages themselves, they can go to the American Society of Health Pharmacists website. I will put a link in it in the description. When you get there, you can sort the list based on revision date. So look at that. You can clearly see it. You need to go there, find out what you are taking, what your parents are taking, write it down, go look at that list and see how short. It's a really good list, and it will show if it's just moderate to severe shortage of these drugs, because right now you might need to be saying, hey, let me talk to my doctor and see if we can maybe change some of this medication to something that's more readily available so we don't get just cold turkey and have nothing. This person said the local Chinese restaurant in northern Kentucky used to be very affordable. Our favorite meal ran about $18 for me and my wife. We just went there, and the same meal is now $34. They said, I quote, going to learn how to cook Chinese at home. Someone sent me this. Starbucks, they're closing 16 stores in some major cities. They said it's because of drug use and crime. Starbucks had really wanted the homeless to come in there, wanted people to come in there to use their facility because they're definitely a woke community, and now they're paying for it, and their employees do not feel safe inside their own stores. So there you go, boots on the ground. If you got anything to add, please send it to Southern Prepper.
There you go. All right. And for the most part, since we started following this this channel, all right, every day is worse and worse and worse. Everybody's reporting about their shit that they're going through all throughout the country. Okay. So, hey man, we are in those times. Biblical prophecy is in full effect. Okay, full effect. All right. So let's get this last precept here, and then we're gonna close it out. All right. Yeah, man. Hey, the warning is going out, and the doors of mercy are surely closing. Okay. There's a book of Second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 49. It says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Okay, so going back to our title, there's going to be millions that will be cooked, all right, by the end of this year. All right, just here in America alone. Why? Because we see the trend, and we see people are not going to be able to sustain the pain that's coming. They're not used to this. And though, let's not forget about the power outages that's going to be hitting as well. Okay, so remember, it's all pain and suffering, like the Lord said. All right, beginning of sorrows. All right. So I'm gonna get a few precepts off the comment board, and then we're gonna close it out. All right. Amen. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Here's a book of the brother Naquam. Hey, Shalom. Shalom. Yabashim Shabbat. All right. Naquam says, Revelation chapter 9, verse 6. It says, and in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. So we look, man. And this is really talking about during the Second World War. Okay, was it First World War? No, First World War. All right, World War One. All right, but it's also applying to today because the pain that's gonna come on this earth. Remember, people will be like, "Damn, I wish I was dead." You know, oh, I can't stomach all this, the pain, the suffering. The Lord said, "No, you're gonna stay right here. You're gonna pay. Okay, you will pay." All right. Brother Prince Yanazar 144K. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? And if men are afraid, how much more women? How much more women, man? All right? So, hey, man, this is it. All right? This is it. So those who are in this truth, you know, for what we know, all right, we're seeing what we've been talking about for all these years. It's happening. All right, so we just got to stay firm. All right, stay true to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, and he's not going to let us down. All right, but for the rest of the people, for the rest of this world, for the rest of America, this is it. Okay, this is it, man. It's over with. All right, so I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakha Kodash, the water Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Barakatam, to everybody who's watching, and on the comment boards as well. Shalom.